Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Hey, it's 10 a.m. and this is Utah's best sports radio.
Say my name.
You're locked on to Scotty G and the coach, Tim LaComb, presented by Mountain Land Supply on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
All right, folks, let's get it. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Scott Garrard, the coach, Tim LaComb. As we are out and about today, Tim Daly, Mazda Southtown. It's a holiday weekend, which means they're not messing around. They're going to be giving you all kinds of great deals going on right now. Tim Daly, Mazda Southtown. Let's get it, folks. We will be here till 2 o'clock. The deals will be going on all throughout the weekend. How you doing, sir?
I'm well, man. I'm doing very well. I feel like, I park in the same spot. This is just home now.
It is. It is.
Feels like home.
And why not? Because they have purposely kept this vehicle to your left for you, just waiting for you.
It just continues to wait.
Yeah. And one day it'll be in the LaComb garage.
I know what a day that'll be. Oh, what a day that'll be.
Oh, what a day.
Can we talk about I got a little bone of contention.
Ooh, I like it.
To address with you two.
A little house cleaning. We haven't had a chance to do that in a while.
I was right in the middle of, an incredible summer of us.
Yes.
Just enjoying everything. And then the Sox go on this incredible run. And we can't just, enjoy it, talk about it. We got to jinx it.
Whoa. Wait.
I'm talking about the score as it stands. And you guys are, well, hey, they win this one. They're going to win tonight. And what happened last night? Yeah.
Orioles now away from a very important victory for them. The pitch. A looper to right, caught by Holiday, and that's your ball game. And that's where the winning streak ends for Boston. At 15 games, stopped by the Orioles, and Baltimore grabs a 4-2 road trip out of the gate in the second half.
Not stopped by the Orioles. Stopped by my guys.
Whoa, okay.
The guys that I lean on for support every day. That is one of my, my family guitar, Red Sox. And
in that
we
order.
go to one of those pillars.
Or it can shift.
Hold on. What was that order again?
Family, guitar, Red Sox.
All right.
Why did I change it?
The three pillars? Yeah, I know. Yeah, you kind of changed that up a little bit.
Sorry.
Huh.
I had it out of alphabetical order.
Sure. Yeah.
I'd made that mistake. F and G always gets me,
Yeah, okay, so
do you feel any remorse, I guess?
I don't, because I didn't see who's managing the Red Sox now, because I know they've blown out
Isn't
some
it
guys.
Terry Francona?
Okay. This is where this is going to stop, okay? We all know. You guys.
No, not Terry Francona. Sorry.
It's not Terry Crane. That was a couple of managers ago, Lloyd.
Oh.
Sorry.
I think that he.
I'm sorry, I'm not on my Red Sox up to date on my Red Sox.
Well, anyway, whoever the manager was, I don't remember him getting to the podium last night. Like, well, we had a hell of a run, and we actually came out in that second game, felt loose, felt ready, but really upset to hear about two yahoos in Salt Lake City that kind of went on the air and jinxed us, and really we were kind of behind the eight ball starting that one, and so had those guys kept their mouths shut, we probably would be talking about 16 in a row, but. It is what it is. Those two radio guys kind of put us behind the eight ball, and here we are now.
I mean, I think that's exactly how it should have gone, because I was cussing you last night in our text string.
You did go a little you were pretty aggressive.
I was not happy about it.
Yeah, I can see that.
First time we've butted heads here, and I'm going to ask you guys to do better next time when I'm in the midst of a win streak.
When the Red Sox are ripping
and that's
off
where the
15
winning streak ends for Boston.
Oh, Lloyd. See, okay, Lloyd, here's the problem. You're back there in studio.
Yeah, I
Not
know.
only are you behind the glass,
I'm
you're
in a
about
great place.
You're about 20 miles away from
I'm
the
high
scene
up
here.
in my perch.
I'm sitting exactly about 18 inches to the right of our guy, who is not in, like, look, you emit joy and happiness all the time. This is the one time where you're like, you know what? I'm a little salty, and I'm not overly thrilled with what's going on here.
Well, there is no doubt, and I want to preface it, I love you too. It's not that I don't love you. I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
You've hurt me.
I'm disappointed.
You've hurt me.
Man, if I had a dollar for every time my dad told me that doesn't even faze me anymore.
He's like, yeah, what else you got for
What
me?
else you got? Whatever.
Well, on behalf of, on behalf of Red Sox Nation, shame on you both.
Shame on you.
I mean, it was let me.
Oh, like Red Sox
1946
Nation
is the
has
last
nothing
time.
good going for them.
Well, we were in last place about 2 weeks ago, so they've at least given us our summer back.
Yes,
We
there
can
you
watch
go.
the race now.
You've got a vested interest in what's going on. So the question is, do you guys, it's always a question of how you respond after a little adversity. Do you guys rip off another 15 in a row?
Don't.
Because honestly, if you don't put together another long winning streak, I don't know if it's necessarily, like you just got to stack streaks on top of each other now.
It'll be an uphill battle, much like the
Chemistry
caretaker
on this show.
No, the caretaker at the museum, in night at the museum, he had a lot of things to worry about at night.
Yes.
He had things coming alive. Again, you guys haven't seen that, but I would encourage you to. I am going to move on now, but I feel like I've at least I've aired my grievance.
Yeah. By the way, I watched the Odyssey last night. Me and Brody and Brooks. It was good. Like, I liked it. It was. I don't know how much of a movie guy you are.
I like movies. I mean, here and there.
I would not suggest this one for you because just by the sheer length, I know that you've got a attention span that sooner or later it's like, okay, we got something else to do. Like that movie was a legit 3 hours and 20 minutes. And I love going to a movie. I love sitting down and watching popcorn and just being entertained. And by about hour two, I was like, okay, all right. Let's get this thing going.
There needs to be a max on movies, by the way. It needs to be 2 hours max. There has to be a 2 hour max, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I think my favorite version of the Odyssey is "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?"
Yes.
That's kind of that version told in a different way. But I'm literary. I understand what's going on.
I know you do, and I'm not saying that you'd be like freaking out about the special effects or anything like that. I think it just is like it's just long, and everybody. There's like the who's who of Hollywood's in it. There's tons of famous people in it. It visually is incredible. It just is like, all right, man, it's time for him to come home. It's time to come home. Now, there's a lot of death, a lot of cool kills, a lot of weird, people turning into pigs and stuff, and like it gets a little funky. But I enjoyed it. It was one of those where you're like, okay, I watched it, and I will probably never see that again. But I'm glad I saw it.
Isn't that what we wanted, right? Is for him to get home so we could get out.
Yes. So
I think I will see it though, because I did that was one area of my schooling that I actually kind of got into.
Oh yeah.
Somehow, some way, that English teacher got me.
Oh, okay. We all have that teacher that we actually connect with.
And I just remember that being intriguing. So I will take it in, but maybe at home with an intermission.
Yeah, I think that's one of those movies where you need like a break. You're like, okay, I'm going to go up and because got to go hit the restroom, maybe refill the popcorn, put another layer of butter on the top. And
did you have to leave the theater in the 320?
Twice.
Okay. Well, you know me. I'm every single break. Where do I head?
Yeah, same. You and me both.
Get up, stretch my legs.
Yeah.
We're getting older.
Yeah. Father time is kind of a pain in the butt. So there you go. I hope you all have a tremendous weekend coming up. By the way, Chris tweets in, "You go, Tim. Let them have it about Boston. Don't you back down. # Red Sox Nation."
See, I told you. I mean, it's only a matter of time.
And that's where the winning streak ends for Boston.
Jeez, Lloyd, stop.
And he's just sitting back there smiling.
Oh, I
can
know.
see it.
I know.
I can't see it, but I can see it.
Yeah.
You know what I
That
mean?
was Alex. Alex played that one. That wasn't
Alex
me.
did not.
I was
play
over
that
on the
one.
side. I
Stop.
was grabbing a drink.
Oh, stop it. Alex wouldn't do that without
Oh,
your
Alex
permission.
so would.
Or your
Alex is an
encouragement.
assassin. You give him. Yeah, he's an assassin. I'll just say
Alex,
that.
I know Alex has got it in him. I don't think he's quite to that point yet where he's going to be throwing strays at people. He'll get there eventually. I have little doubt that it's in him, but yeah, I don't know about that.
Hey, much like Chris just did, if you're a Red Sox fan, you're not happy at all about what Scotty and Lloyd did. Let's go ahead and let them hear it.
Let him know.
Grab your social of choice and
I prefer
just
Facebook.
tell them how disappointed you want a friend. They have to be your friend before they can criticize, and then you just deny everybody.
Yes. All right, let's get to it. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
It's time to kick off the show with the biggest headlines of the day. This is your starting lineup on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
You know, I thought this was interesting, and I think it shows and is kind of apropos for where college athletics is right now in regards to BYU, as the Big 12 announces its Male Athlete of the Year. Now, this isn't Basketball Player of the Year. This isn't Football Player of the Year. This is Male Athlete of the Year. So the best of the best, regardless of whatever sport you played, whoever is considered the best of all of them. And the winner of that award is A.J. Dybantsa at BYU. Now, we have grown up, Coach, and, you know, you recruited to this university as well, where there was a knock on the fact that these would be coaches' kids, gym rats, play for the heart of the game, you know, all the cliches you can possibly think of. You never really talked about that high-level athletes were on their way to BYU. For BYU to be home of a Power 4 conference player of the year kind of shows you how weird things have gotten and the new world we're living in.
Yeah, I said it yesterday, and I firmly believe it. I mean, there was another top 2027 recruit that put his list out, and BYU is right in the smack dab in the middle of Duke and Kentucky in that thing. BYU's a blue blood in basketball in this new age, and a big part of that is they can pay the guy to come, which is a big piece. But the selling point that Kevin, when he got here long ago was Provo, bringing guys in here to prepare them for the NBA, using his background and resources and connections to really make that a reality. And 2 years in, Yegor, the first year, and now Richie and AJ both drafted in the NBA. So the bar, everything that Kevin said he was going to do to change things has happened, and now it's just a matter of continuing to do it. But I don't think it's one that you don't pause and go, wow.
Yeah.
Right. And I will say, I mean, for the guys that are listening we brought great athletes in here.
Oh, for sure.
We brought, during the time I was there, the number of, 4-star guys, which was kind of a big deal for us. To get guys in the top 100, we did that regularly, but it was just that top level. It's really getting into that top 10 that really the top 20. We never really could crack into that, and a big part of that was the way it was set up before. And, BYU, the way it was set up before without money, it's a different place because you're choosing to go there and you're choosing all of the unique things that come with it. I do know that was a part for AJ's parents. They liked how BYU did its thing. I saw AJ talking to somebody at Fanatics Fest the other day about the Book of Mormon class he took.
Chris
right?
Paul.
Right, Chris Paul.
Yeah.
So it's just pretty incredible the way that BYU's been able to just kind of bleed into the national scene with NIL. I firmly expect it to continue. But what a really, really cool thing to have in that big conference, those schools we've been watching and saying, man, Utah could only get into those leagues and show what they have. They did. They were able to pull this kid, and, man, everything. Just again, I mean, if anybody out there thinks that the investment in A.J. Dybantsa went awry, then you're thinking with the wrong noggin.
Well, as soon as this kid, and we all knew he was going to go, top 2 in the draft or top 3 in the draft, but when he goes number 1 and that logo is on the chest of his jersey, and he has all the expectations on the world going into Washington, and he's got all the belief in himself that he'll be able to do it. The dude is a self-promoting machine, which, again, is not a knock. I think you have to be highly successful because that comes from a place of confidence, and you have to have a high level of confidence to be successful. So, again, that's not a knock. I think you need to be self-promoting, and you need to really let the world know what you plan on doing, and he's done that. And if he can live up to those expectations, he'll continue to be a huge boon to BYU because it doesn't feel like he is a guy that, because like there's guys that I know that went to Utah State, that went to the professional level, and they felt like they made it in spite of going to Utah State. Then there's guys that and Utah has done a tremendous job of cultivating this family-like atmosphere where these guys go into the league and they feel like they've made it because they went to the University of Utah. AJ, I think, believes that he's in the NBA where he's at because of himself and his God-given ability, and that he's refined through hard work and dedication, but also because of Kevin Young and also because of BYU. I don't think he bemoans the fact that he went to BYU at all. I think he'll always have heavy ties to that program. I think he'll continue to be an ambassador of the program, and as long as he puts up numbers in the NBA, I think the talent continues to come into Provo.
Oh, I totally do too, and he's going to be a resource. That now, when Kevin first got here, he was having recruits talk to guys from the Suns.
Yes.
Now he can have them talk to whoever in the league, but also that powerful witness, I guess, that, hey, we were here. And, in AJ's case and Yegor's case, though, he could have gone anywhere. Those guys could have gone anywhere. And they really bought that idea of pro development. And so I think that's what BYU will continue to lean into, is that pro development. And, the big piece of that, it's got to pay dividends. And for BYU to go in 2 years, 3 guys drafted, that's pretty dang good.
Yeah, and who knows what next year looks like. You might see Kevin Young in New York City again next year. And the more time he spends in New York, I mean, we're used to seeing Bill Self and John Calipari and these guys just camped out in New York, sitting at the table, and when the name gets called, all of them jump up, and that coach makes sure that he's getting camera time like, hey, guess what? I'm the college coach that got him here. And every time Kevin Young sits at that table in New York, stands up and hugs his player, there's a lot of recruits out there like, well, geez, I remember him last year being there. I remember him the year before being there. I may need to spend a little bit more time talking to that guy.
No doubt. And it's not – the cool part with AJ, it wasn't some, guy that was hanging on and trying. It was the best player in that class, or one of, through the years. Those guys kind of he and Darren and Boozer kind of jockeyed for position. But at the end of the day, AJ, he definitely has put in ink a stamp on BYU that is different than any other stamp that I think anybody's ever put on there. I mean, this is a guy, again, he didn't fall into BYU. He didn't go there because people overlooked him. He chose them over Duke, Kentucky, all the places, because he believed in the ideal, first and foremost, that he could be developed. Second, they loved the environment. And then for that to all happen, for him to be the number 1 pick, it should have been the player of the year. I mean, he wasn't the player of the year in the Big 12, but he's the male athlete of the year in all of sports, which is kind of funny. But bottom line, what a great thing. And as an aside, because I saw this news and I think it's really relevant, Brandon Davies has announced his retirement from basketball. And so while we're talking BYU basketball and needle movers, I was fortunate enough to coach that dude. And I think everybody, you say his name and everybody goes right to, everything that hung over his head. But what a joy, just an absolute joy to be around. You talk about somebody with a smile on their face always. So congratulations, Brandon. Happy for you and excited for the next chapter, see what he ends up doing.
97.5, the KSL Sports Zone, live here at Tim Daly Mazda Southtown on Automall Drive. I tell you what, folks, we've come down here. It's our home away from home. We love being here. but it's for two reasons. Number one, the Mazda brand is outstanding, and I know it may not be top in mind of a lot of people out there. I get it. I understand it. I was the same way. And then Jake got the job as a general manager. I've known Jake for 20 years, and he said, come by. I had a car that had some work that was getting done on it, so he's like, let me put you in a 5, drive it around for a couple of weeks and see what you think. And I did, and my next car purchase was, in fact, a 5. My wife's lease came up. She's driving a 90. My kid graduated high school into college, needed a vehicle. He's now driving a 3. We're a Mazda family because we got sold on it because of the quality of the vehicle. That's number one. Number two is the staff. Nobody is going to treat you better. Nobody's going to treat you with more respect, is going to honor your time and your dollar than the guys down here at Tim Daly Mazda Southtown. I've known Jake, again, forever. He's a general manager down here. I know the kind of people he likes to hire, but I also know that he'll be involved in every single car deal. He's not going to sit up in some ivory tower somewhere. He's going to be right down here on the floor helping you out on every single deal out there. So you're going to be respected. They're going to give you more for your trade-in. They're going to give you incredible rates. If you're dealing with issues, don't worry about it. They've seen worse. They'll get you taken care of and get you into a vehicle.
Every single time I'm here, you're here. And every time we're here, Jake's in the best mood and does amazing things. So I'm excited to hear what's on the table today. But do come down and see us and test drive one of these cars. Like Scotty said, I think it'll blow you away. The tech, the fit and finish, everything about these things say, drive me.
Let's go. Tim Daly, Mazda Southtown, Automall Drive. It's a holiday weekend, which means the savings will be even better than usual right here on Tim Daly, Mazda Southtown, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Comes to sports in Utah, we've got you covered. This is Scotty G and the coach, Tim LaComb, presented by Mountain Land Supply on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Scott Garrard, the coach, Tim LaComb, live here at Tim Daly, Mazda Southtown, Automall Drive here in Sandy. Come by, hang out. We got some goodies for you over there. Jen was kind enough to bring over some food. So whatever you want, we got you covered. Plus, we got these great vehicles priced to move. Let's go. Whether you want to drive a 3, I'm a huge fan of that 3, by the way. My kid drives a 3, and I like to steal it from him every now and then because it just, man, the sport factor on that thing is just through the roof. You can really, that sucker gets up and goes. So whether it's a 3, 30, 50, 5, 90, whatever you need a vehicle to do, they'll get you covered. Plus, they're good guys down here. In fact, next person to come on by and test drive a vehicle, I will. What should we do? I will. I'll buy you.
Phone number.
I'll buy you lunch. Give whose the number?
Lloyd's phone number.
Lloyd's phone number to the next person, so you can call in and say exactly what you think of the show. And
I like
what
this game.
You think?
I love this game. This sounds fun to me. Let's go.
The problem is we say this with Lloyd, and then Lloyd's like, "All right, well, I do have your guy's number as well.
So
Let's do this. Sounds like fun.
You want to play this game? Let's play. All right, longer. You want to go? Let's go.
Yeah, I got to burn myself.
I'm your Huckleberry.
I can't get over it.
The Red Sox thing is stuck with you.
Well, you guys are really bugging me today.
We really found out what, because that's what Lloyd does. He probes.
Don't
he
act
probes,
like this is what I
probes,
did. You were part of this.
And then he finds out what he likes.
He just walks over. You got a match, and he just has a freaking lighter fluid, and he just squeezes and he walks past you.
I don't know. I don't know what
exactly
you're talking about.
You do.
So who do you got today? Like, you started a new series, or are you continuing with the with Baltimore, the pesky Baltimore?
I believe we have Baltimore again.
The pesky Orioles.
Now that winning streak becomes, they've won 17 out of 19.
Yeah, there's an asterisk with your two faces next to it.
Speaking of asterisk.
I did not use asterisk in my text. I do know that.
Oh, no. I'm very well.
No, you're right. Sox are off tonight. Nothing today. That wrapped up the series.
Oh, man. This is kind of an interesting time of year because there's just, look, we're right before camp. We got NFL preseason coming up here pretty soon, but we're not quite there yet. college football camps haven't quite started yet. It's that when we were talking to Ron McBride, it's kind of that calm before the storm. The coaches are coming back from their vacations. They don't get a lot of time, but July kind of is the moment where they can sneak away at least a little bit. And so you got these guys out there that are like, okay, here we go, because Morgan Scally sent out the tweet, said, hey, see you on the other side. I'm done. I'm not touching social media until after the season. So see you when it's all said and done.
That's a smart man.
By the way, an extremely smart man, because nothing good comes out of being a first-year head coach taking over for a legend than after a team meeting going and firing up social media and seeing what the people are saying.
I actually like during games, as a game's ebbing and flowing, and everybody that is supposed like in the boat is just not in the boat the entire game. And then the best is when somehow, some way that team pulls it out, and they've just been dishing on them the whole game.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, yeah, we got you. And then they flip to, puffing out their chests. People fascinate me. Fans fascinate me.
Well, I try not to be that guy on Twitter, but every now and then I'm that guy. So when Jason Beck was rumored to be going to Utah and being the offensive coordinator with Kyle Whittingham last year, I sent out a tweet and I said, keep an eye on Devin Dampier. He might be going to Utah with Jason Beck. It makes too much sense. And I got just bludgeoned with Utah fans being like, Mountain West quarterback, we don't want any part of that nonsense. And then, he threw for the same touchdowns as interceptions. Like, passing the ball, his stats weren't great at New Mexico. Running the ball, they were fantastic. And so everybody's throwing out the stats. And I'm like, the guy's a good quarterback. Like, calm it down. He'll be just fine if he goes to the Big 12. But Utah fans lost their collective minds over the thought of a quarterback from New Mexico being their starting quarterback next year. And by the way, when I say their collective minds, I'm talking about the yahoos on Twitter, the 10%ers that are weird and stupid and over the top. And so Devin Dampier comes out on the scene, starts pulling up great numbers, and I start, okay, you know what? Let's go down the rabbit hole, shall we? And I start retweeting all these tweets of people that were just running Devin Dampier into the ground, because now he's the best thing since sliced bread. People are loving him. And I didn't take it a step far enough to actually try to cross-reference the individual people about what they were saying then as opposed to what they were saying now. I didn't go quite that far, but I did retweet about 20 tweets that I got from people that were just thinking Devin Dampier was the sludge of the earth and should be wiped up like he spilled out of the Exxon Valdez over a bird, and that's exactly all he is, good for anybody. And that's what sports are, man. That's the fun part about it, is we think we know, but nobody knows. You think you know as a fan, you don't know. We think Utah, or we think BYU and Texas Tech are the two best teams in the Big 12. It could be one of those two teams might hit the skids and go on a losing streak. We think Baylor and Dave Aranda is dead man walking. Well, guess what? They may end up winning the Big 12 for all we know. Neil Young. Who was
Neil Young was a hell of a musician.
Yeah, I know. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young.
And him.
But who was the head coach at Neil something at West Virginia? And we all thought he was getting fired. Well, he ends up having a great year, and then he got fired the next year. But, Neil Brown, you just never know how things are going to play out. That's the beauty of sports, which is the ultimate, the original, and the best reality TV show.
Well, and, we said this. I mean, it's a perfect example because you don't know. And I think if you were to rewind the tape, I like to do that.
I know.
And to the point where the Retzlaff news got out, and, everybody's like, man, BYU's got a heck of a team, but now they don't have a quarterback.
They're dead.
They're dead in the water. And, somehow, some way, Bear Bachmeier comes to BYU from Stanford. And then, in a place that guys don't go do that in their first year. I mean, the combination of 3,000 yards passing, 26 touchdowns, he started right from the start and carried that moxie. That was a year ago. And we said that at Big 12 Media Day a year ago. He was just a He was just a hope. He was a name.
Yeah.
And what a difference 1 year makes to kind of solidify what looks to be kind of a legendary quarterback in BYU history, if he can continue to climb. And the thing I love about the kid is he doesn't seem to be affected by it one bit. When he came down to Big 12, he seems to be that same dude, just excited for every day, happy to be there. But that's just another perfect example of, who is it this year that's sitting out there right now at one of those places waiting in the wings to make their name.
Yeah.
And, then have us talk about them, and then have us talk about them more to the point where they're a fixture. And that's why there's so much hope and excitement every off season. But at the same time, it makes the news a little bit, this is the glut of sports right now. I mean, we had the Red Sox streak to talk about. That's now gone.
I think that's actually honest, that's Lloyd and I actually screwing ourselves there because, we could have had a lot of fun breaking down the Red Sox from last night, but we can't because he and I screwed it up. And so now we can't. That's one less topic off the books today.
Yeah, there's a convenience store called Cumberland Farms. I had about 7 locations and had coordinated talking to, 7 people out there just to kind of get the feel for things. But
Cumberland
I had to cancel all
Falls.
that. Cumberland Farms.
Cumberland Farms. That's a Boston gas station?
Yeah, that's like your convenience store gas station.
Really?
Yeah.
I usually I've
like a
never
Maverick.
heard that. It's Boston's version of Maverick, huh?
Cumberland Farms, as they say. Everything's fam.
Did you pick up any of that when you were out there?
No.
You still have respect for the letter R.
Yes, I do. I like the letter R. I think it should be pronounced. Should not be left out.
Oh, man.
But that was one of the tricks.
Because here's the thing. Hans went to one game at Fenway, and then he came back and said Monster for like
The
a
monster.
Year.
Go park my car.
I'd go to a gas station like, hey, you want a drink? Yeah, I want a green Monster. It's like,
You went to one game, dude.
one game, man. One game.
He was covering it.
Love you, dog.
Love that dude.
Yeah. All right, 1044, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Hey, coming up in about 20 minutes, we're going to chat with Vinny Iyer, good friend of the program, covers the NFL and fantasy football on the Locked On Network, so one of David Locke's guys, also with the sporting news, and also coming up at 12:05, good friend of mine, I've known him forever, Casey Smurthwaite, has been in athletic director chairs for a while, or in athletic departments, now a consultant, and he took a little bit of an issue with something I said the other day. And I respect Casey's opinion a lot. He and I talk a lot off the air. A lot of what I try to dig into and do a little research. A lot of it, I talk to Casey and run some things by him. And sometimes he agrees with me, and sometimes he thinks I'm dead wrong. He thinks I'm dead wrong on the SEC and the Big Ten bluffing about pulling away and doing their own thing. He thinks they can pull it off. So we'll talk to him about that coming up at 12:05. It's all right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
We all have routines. I'm Jabron, and with diabetes, mine was finger sticks. Sometimes I skip them because it hurt. The Freestyle Libre 3CGM changed that. It gives me glucose insights without finger sticks. Learn more at freestylelibre.us.
Finger sticks are required if your glucose alarms or readings do not match symptoms, or when you see check blood glucose symbol for the first 12 hours. The views expressed should not be used for medical diagnosis or treatment as a substitute for professional medical advice. Individual circumstances may vary. For prescription only. Safety info found at freestylelibre.us.
Comes to sports in Utah, we've got you covered. This is Scotty G and the coach, Tim LaComb, presented by Mountain Land Supply on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Scott Garrard with you alongside the coach, Tim LaComb. Hey, guess what, folks? Time to give away some tickets. These just aren't normal tickets either, folks. No. We have got Post Malone tickets. He's going to be hanging out with Jelly Roll and Carter Faith, Rice-Eccles Stadium, coming up on July 28th. That's just 5 days from right now. Tickets are on sale at livenation.com, where you can grab those tickets, or you can be calling number 12 right now, 801-575-ZONE. That's 801-575-ZONE, and your chance to win. All right, so you mentioned it, Brandon Davies, now stepping away from the game of basketball, made a couple NBA rosters, played a lot overseas, was all Europe a couple times. The guy had himself a hell of a career.
He really did. I mean, I thought that his time in the NBA, I was hoping that he would stick, because I think you've seen the big guys that come into the league in the last few years do what he could do back then. He was a magician with the basketball. Many people remember his ability to score it, but I was just wowed by what he saw and his ability to pass. We were really fortunate that the dude went to high school right across the street, and Coach Mack talked about protecting guys and keeping them out of the, out of the fray of other schools, and that was a big part of my job.
Did you hide him?
I did my best. He spent a ton of time with Collinsworth family back then.
Yeah.
So they were in the boat with us, so we'd try to, go spend time with them.
Yes.
And anyhow, it all worked out great, and he did it. This dude did it on his own. He's a guy that had to overcome a ton of stuff now, and I think many people in that situation probably would have just walked and said, I'm going to go be something else. But he dealt with everything head on, and I couldn't be more proud of him, really. And as you said, the career he had is over in Europe. I mean, he'll be remembered over there for a long, long time, and so he made his mark.
Never in a million years, and this is me just on the outside looking in, never in a million years did I think he'd come back to BYU. Like, after what he went through and how difficult that situation was, to show that kind of commitment to the coaching staff, to that team, to those teammates, I think says a lot about that kid, because nobody would have blamed him one bit had he gone and finished his career somewhere else.
No, I mean, it probably, in hindsight, it's probably what you'd counsel a kid to do. But I think he was so resilient, and I'll never forget one of the first games that he came back and sat on the bench with us. We were playing Wyoming, and it's the night that we were able to clinch. We were able to clinch the conference title, or share of it, with New Mexico. And just seeing him down there, it was such a sign of solidarity. And I think our guys, they played extra hard that night because they knew what it meant. That he was there and was going to be a part of things going forward. You talk about teams at that point. There was everybody and their dog, trying to figure out how to get into that thing. So he could have, like many people do, he could have absolutely run, and I don't think anybody would have blamed him. But he stayed, and I think that just shows what kind of kid he is.
I don't think there's any doubt. And it was super impressive to watch him finish his career at BYU and the success he's had at the next level. Certainly well-deserved, and to hang it up and say, you know what? I'm walking off under my own, I'm walking away from the game. The game's not walking away from me. And the dude's going to go and be successful, whatever he wants to do after that.
Absolutely. I'm curious to see what his next decision will be. I wonder if he'll stick around the game, or smart guy, really capable. So I'm, could get into some business things. But really, the sky's the limit. He's got a beautiful wife and family. They just built a beautiful home in Highland. So he lives out there, and yeah, it's going to be great to see him around more.
Is there like a rule that if you played ball at BYU, that do they give you like half off a lot in Highland or something like that,
Alpine,
or
yeah.
Alpine? Like, I've always wondered this.
I don't know. I didn't see any of that in the contract. I'd have to go back. It might be in the honor code thing.
I'm like,
for making you live this way 4 years.
If you go 4 years, then you get like 50% off a lot that you can build on in Highland Alpine.
Yeah, I tell the joke all the time now. Like, BYU has changed so much, because back then it was like we wanted a commitment. You were basically going to live like, a monk.
Yeah.
And at the same time play really high-level basketball. And with that, we also were not going to give you any money other than what the scholarship entailed. Nowadays, hey, man, tell me more. When you can lead with $1 million, Okay, what else? What you have to do seems a little insignificant, I guess. So that whole thing is flipped from the time I've been there.
Just a bit. Just a bit. You know, whoever knew that the BYU would be home of a high-level lottery one-and-dones?
Exactly. Like, and just keep replenishing it. It's absolutely amazing. Amazing.
It's crazy.
Mind-boggling.
And maybe, you know, when A.J. Dybantsa builds his house in Highland Alpine.
Highland, I think for sure he may be actually build one that spans both cities.
Just
over both borders.
He truly is Highland Alpine. Yes.
Where do you live? Highland Alpine?
Oh man, that's awesome.
Which one? Both.
Both actually. Yes. That's what that NBA Max contract can get you these days. All right, coming up, Vinny Iyer. We will chat with him from the Locked On Network. He's fantasy football guru, NFL guru. He's been covering the league for a long time. All right, so we are live here at Tim Daly Mazda Southtown. Jake's going to come by here in about an hour or so. We'll chat with him. He's stuck in some meetings, but he'll come down here and we'll talk. I'm going to safely say, though, and I'm going to talk on his behalf, this is what he does to Tyler, I'm going to do to Jake. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say, come in and ask about the 1.9% interest rate. Just come in and say, hey, 1.9%. And if you can go any lower, let's do that too. Because Jake can buy down some of these rates to an incredibly low rate. These new vehicles, he can give you more for your trade-in. He can give you a ton of opportunities to push back or create your payment. If you want to wait a few months before you make your first payment, they can do that. If you want a year of free gas, see, we thought gas prices were coming back down. We were like $3.40, and then like, oh, boom, bam, back to $4.15, just like that. So you don't have to worry about that because he'll give you a year's worth of free gasoline. All you have to do is come by and check out these new vehicles at Tim Daly Mazda Southtown on Automall Drive. We'll be here until 2 o'clock. The savings continue today and tomorrow. It's a holiday weekend, so that means you're going to save a ton of money. We're coming up near the end of the month. Tim Daly Mazda Southtown. Check out these Mazdas, priced to move with the best sales staff on the planet right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.